Football Manager 22's match engine, well, it's not perfect. It has its flaws. And on today's show, we're going to break them down. My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. This is the place where I do content on the game Football Manager. We have tips, tricks, guides, hacks, playthroughs even. Currently, I'm doing the Countdown Challenge. We are in the second season with Borussia Mönchengladbach. And yes, you can catch my live streams 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right here. On the weekends, on Saturdays, you'll find me on Twitch and even on Tuesdays. So I hope you join me there if you have any questions regarding the game Football Manager. While I do think it's pretty unfair to reach a judgment on the match engine while it's in beta, I still feel that there are certain areas of the match engine that need to be addressed. And I'm hoping that when the game launches to the public on November the 9th, these areas of the game are addressed. Right at the top of the pile, my pet peeve, the death of the inside forward. When we choose to roll the inside forward, we're thinking of Mo Salah receiving the ball out wide, bringing it inside and cutting in on his favorite left foot to take a shot at goal. But that's not what we see on Football Manager 22. Instead, what we get is an inside forward that brings it outside, goes down the flank and drops in across with his weaker foot. This is a result of the passing choices midfielders and other players are making. They're passing all the balls out to the right side of these inside forwards when they should be playing it to the left side. Right now, the difference between an inside forward on attack and a winger on attack is non-existent. They're both doing literally the same thing, which makes the inverted winger on attack the preferred role for most people when they play the game Football Manager. What does this mean for you if you're designing a tactic? Well, first, don't play with the inside forwards. The second thing you could do is, if you know the inside forward is just going to come into the box and just score goals, then set up your tactics in such a way that you exploit this. Speaking of exploits, got another one. Some might argue this isn't an exploit, but you tell me. Come on, do you expect a player with a long throw rating of 2 to send this ball into the box? Well, that's what's happening in FM22. You don't need a long throw attribute of 20 or 18 to send in the box. A long throw attribute of 6 and he sees it becoming a ballistic missile that reaches the goalkeeper. If inside forwards are dropping in crosses, inverted wingers are dropping in crosses, and wingers are dropping in crosses, we've got a bit of a crossing simulator. So if you're playing games with your friends, along with the long throw bazooka, we've got these ballistic missiles coming in from the flanks. All we need are poachers inside the box who are good at putting the ball into the back of the net. Turns Lewandowski into a bit of a beast, along with some other players like Milik, maybe even Duan Zapata and Raul Jimenez. Now let's talk about pressing. There are tools in the game right now in the data hub that tell you exactly where your defensive actions are. This is a fantastic tool. It tells you that most of your tackles and clearances are happening in a certain area of the pitch. So if you're playing with a high line of engagement, you want to see at least 50% near the halfway line, because that is the hallmark of good teams like Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester City, who, when playing against weaker opponents, put them under a lot of pressure in their own half. When it comes to pressing, as I haven't been particularly clear, now they were with Ian McIntosh on the Athletics Football Manager podcast. The answer that they gave was general. And when I spoke to SI, the answer they gave me was there was a bit more beef in that answer. But I believe opposition instructions are going to end up being fodder for conspiracy theorists. There are people that swear they work. There are people that swear they don't. And there are yet others who point to their absence in fantasy draft as proof that they're not needed in the game at all. So how then do we use pressing triggers? Because apparently those pressing triggers exist in opposition instructions, but when some people click on it and they expect a wolf pack closing down a striker, they don't get a wolf pack closing down a striker, because what happens in the match engine is the pressing triggers are baked into the match engine AI. So there's some guy out there in SI that has decided, well, we don't want 3 players closing him down, so you go and then you hang back, you close down the lane. So what then is the purpose of opposition instructions? It's very confusing, and I don't blame anybody for feeling frustrated. How does this engine stack to the FM21 engine? Without any match engine changes, I will definitely tell you the FM21 engine is way better. All right. The fact that we have the wide center back role, I'm very excited about it. So I'm hoping that when November 9 comes around the corner, SI addresses it with some fundamental changes to the match engine, and they get the inside forward playing like an inside forward once again. But the long throw is always going to be an issue. And I'm hoping that SI come out with a bit more clarity on pressing as well, so that people, don't have to depend on content creators like me going out there and, trying to second guess SI. SI should clear the air themselves. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it useful. If you have any questions, reach out to me below, drop me a comment, hop in on one of my streams. You can do whatever you want, actually. I'll find you wherever you are with a video that you might enjoy. You guys take care, have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.